tayo ng Math-aral. Sa Math, walang maiiwan. Math-sayang Math-aral, tayo ng Math-tuto upang ikayo masenso. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina, 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 aral na tayo.
Hello po, ako po muli ang inyong lecturer para sa linggo na to at ako po si Mr. Jimenez from ERIS at ito po ang Project SOAR Quarter 4 Week 4. And enjoy viewing! Okay, ang Quarter 4 Week 4, it's all about the angle of depression. Last week po, ang topic natin is all about angle of elevation. Ngayon naman po, angle of depression. Ganun pa din po, application pa din po ito ng ating 6 trigonometric ratios and yung first week and second week po ng ating topic. Okay, before we start, let's have our objectives for today. We have 4 objectives for today. Recall the concept of angle of elevation. Number 2, differentiate angle of elevation and angle of depression. Number 3, use the concept of angle of depression to model of light problems. Number 4, solve problems involving the angle of depression. And po. Okay, sa lesson na po tayo. Ayan, recall po muna natin ang angle of elevation. The angle of elevation is the angle between horizontal line from the observer and the line of sight to an object that is above the horizontal line. Ayan, tignan nyo po yung image sa atin sa kanan. Itong bata, itong lalaki is nakatingin sa ating stoplight. Yung imaginary line po doon na diretso sa kanyang mata is called the horizontal line of sight. At yung imaginary line, yung tinitignan niya mula sa mata niya hanggang sa stoplight is called the line of sight above the observer. Ibig sabihin po, ititignan niya is mas mataas kesa sa kanya. At yung angle po na nakikreate ng dalawang line na yon is called angle of elevation. The angle between the line of sight and the horizontal line of sight is called angle of elevation. Basta po yung line of sight natin is above the observer, that is the angle of elevation. Basta po mas mataas sa kanya yung tinitignan niya, that is angle of elevation. Okay, next. Ngayon naman po is the angle of depression. The angle of depression is the angle between the horizontal line from the observer and the line of sight to an object that is below the horizontal line. Now, tignan po natin yung nasa kaliwang image, which is the lighthouse. This is the horizontal line and this is the line of sight papunta sa barko. Sabihin po yung observer natin is nandito sa may taas ng ating lighthouse. And then, tinitignan niya is the barko. Ang nakikreate po na angle between the horizontal line and the line of sight called the angle of depression. Now, tignan nyo po ito, yung nasa kanan na image naman natin. If the observer po ulit is nasa taas ng ating lighthouse, ito po yung nakikreate na imaginary line na horizontal line. At yung imaginary line po na tinitignan niya ang ating barko is called line of sight. And then, yung angle po between the two lines called the angle of depression. And dito naman po, if our observer naman po is nasa barko, ang horizontal line po niya is nandito. And the line of sight niya above him, yung tinitignan niya kasi yung ating topmost sa lighthouse po natin, yung pinakatuktok ng lighthouse natin, kung yun ang tinitingnan niya, yung two lines po na yun is nagka-create ng angle of elevation. Kasi po ang observer natin, ang line of sight niya is above him. Pag ang observer naman po natin is nasa tuktok na to, ang line of sight niya po is below sa kanya. Pagka below po, that is the angle of depression. Pag above naman sa observer natin ang kanyang line of sight, that is the angle of elevation. Ayun po yung pinagkaiba nila. Pero, obserbahan nyo po ito. Since this is line of sight, if the observer ay nasa top of our lighthouse, at ito po yung horizontal line, if our observer po is nasa barko. Ulitin ko po ito po yung horizontal line if ang ating observer ay nasa taas ng lighthouse. At ito naman po ang horizontal line if ang observer natin ay nasa barko. Yan, magiging yung dalawang horizontal line po na yan ay magiging parallel line. And then, the line of sight below our observer pag nandito sa taas siya, and the line of sight yung above sa observer pag nasa barko siya, become the transversal line. Ang ibig sabihin po, itong dalawang angle na to become interior angle of our transversal line. Therefore, the interior angle of transversal line are congruent. Therefore, the angle of depression is congruent to the angle of elevation. Ayan po, di ba po? The interior angle of transversal line are congruent. Since this angle of depression and angle of elevation here is interior angle of our transversal line. Kaya po, congruent po or equal po ang kanilang measure. Naintindihan po? Okay, next. Ngayon naman po, pinaliwanag ko na to nung last week po na ating topic, which is the angle of elevation. Since pag nagsasolve po tayo ng word problem in angle of elevation and angle of depression, ito po ang ginagamit kong step by step process. O ito po yung ginagamit kong process para po masagutan ko siya ng may guide. Okay, step 1, write the given information. Step 2, sketch the graph. Step 3, identify the trigonometric ratio. Step 4, substitute the given. And step 5 is simplify. Okay. Ngayon naman po, magbigay tayo ng example all about angle of depression. Ayan. Meron po tayong dalawang examples dito. Sa ating module, hindi ko na po ipapaliwanag yung example number 1 there kasi po napaliwanag naman siya ng maayos. Nagbigay na lang po ako ng ibang example number 1 dito para po mapaliwanag natin o ma-deep pa natin ang pagsosolve ng angle of depression. Yan. Tignan niyo po ito. I have here a lighthouse saka yung barko. And then, yung height daw po ng lighthouse is 30. Wala naman po siyang meter na nakalagay. So, that's 30 only. And then, ang kanyang horizontal line is this one, yung kulay green na to. This is the horizontal line. Ayan. And, this is the line of sight na tinitignan niya yung barko. Yan. Hindi po diretso yung sulat ko. And then, this angle is our angle of depression, which is 60 degrees. And, ang hinahanap po natin is gaano kaya kalayo yung barko sa lighthouse. Ayan po, that is the X, yung nasa baba. Yan, paano po kaya natin masasagutan yan? Meron po tayong dalawang choice para sagutan ito. Which is, yung kanina sinasabi ko po, angle of elevation is congruent to angle of elevation. Pwede po natin sabihin this angle, since interior angle of transversal line are congruent. Therefore, since 60 po natin dito is equal sa 60 degrees dito sa baba. Ayan. This is angle of, ngayon naman po, angle of elevation na yung kinukuha natin. Para po mag-stick na lang tayo siguro sa angle of depression yung kinukuha natin, maglagay po tayo dito ng imaginary line. Ayan. Pwede po tayo mag-create dito ng imaginary line, which is yung height po ng ating horizontal line is connected naman po dito. So, this is 30 then. And then, yung ating hinahanap na distance is this one. Now, if this is our reference angle, and this is the opposite side of our reference angle, so this is the opposite side. And then, the XS are adjacent side. Ayan po. Kompleto na po yung given natin. Lagay na din po natin yung 90 degrees. Para po nakaka-create talaga tayo ng right angle. Now, if we have right angle at hinahanap po natin is adjacent, ang given natin is opposite and the reference angle, ano po sa ating SOHCAHTOA or trigonometric ratio ang gagamitin natin? Okay, sa ating pong SOHCAHTOA, ano po doon ang may opposite and adjacent? That is TOA, which is tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. And then, substitute po natin yung given natin, which is the value of the theta or the degree. That is tan 60 is equal to 30 over x. Yung opposite po natin is 30 and the adjacent is the x. Now, by cross multiplication, ayan, magiging x times tan 60 is equal to 30. And then, kunin po natin yung value ng tan 60. Madali na po yan kasi po, ang 60 is a special angle. And then, tutupiin lang po natin yung ating hintuturo. Then, count po natin kung ilang sine meron tayo. We have the count of sine is 3. And for the cosine is 1. Now, paano po natin gagamitin yan? Ilalagay lang po natin yung ating sine sa numerator. And then, yung ating cosine sa denominator. Magiging square root of 3 over square root of 1. Then, square root of 3 over square root of 1, which is square root of 3. Ayan po. Therefore, magiging square root of 3 times x over 30. Kung baka po kasi maguluhan kayo dito, that is also as x square root of 3 is equal to 30. Yan po, baka po masanay po kayo makakita ng ganito. Ganito na lang po yung gamitin natin kaysa po sa square root of 3 times x na ganito. X times square root of 3 is equal to 30. Then, para po ma-isolate natin yung x sa left side, we're going to divide both sides by square root of 3. Then, x is equal to 30 over square root of 3. By rationalization po, we're going to multiply both numerator and denominator by square root of 3. That is 30 square root of 3 over square root of 3 times square root of 3. That is square root of 9. Ayan. That is square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. And then, okay. Lagay po natin dito. That is x is equal to 10 square root of 3. Then, this is the final answer. And if ang teacher nyo po is particular sa decimal point dapat ang sagot natin, therefore, pwede na po natin tong gamitan ng calculator. That is 10 square root of 3. Since di naman po kasi eksakto yan, kailangan po natin gumamit ng calculator. Then the answer is 17.32. And po, kung required po na sagot is decimal point, then kailangan po natin gumamit ng calculator. Then the answer is 17.32. And po, the value of x is equal to 17.32 or 10 square root of 3. Ayan po. Ayan, meron ba pong isa? Ayan, ito po yung sunod natin, which is yung ating airplane is magla-landing po dito sa site na to. Then the height o yung lipad po ng airplane natin is nasa 500. Wala po kasi siyang no? Ayan, 500. And the degree, this is the horizontal line. Ito po yun. And the line of sight is this one. Since the line of sight is below our observer, this angle is angle of diffraction. Yan po. Angle of diffraction is equal to 20. Yan po. You have choices naman po paano ito sasagutan. Pwede pong since interior angle of transversal line are congruent, this angle, ito pong angle na to, is also 20 degrees. Pwede naman po yun. Or, pwede po natin tayo maglagay dito ng imaginary line, which is ka-equal lang po niya this one. So, this is 500 din po. And, if this is our reference angle, this side will be our opposite side. And, yung x po, since magkikreate po tayo dito ng 90 din, dahil ginaya lang naman po natin yun doon. Therefore, yung x po become the hypotenuse. And, ang given po natin is opposite and hypotenuse. Ano po sa SOHCAHTOA ang may opposite and hypotenuse? And that is SO. And SO means sin theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Then, substitute po natin yung mga given. Meron tayong given angle. That is sin 20 is equal to 500 over x. And by cross multiplication, ganyan po. Then, divide both sides para po ma-isolate natin yung x sa left side of our equation. Maka-cancel na yung sin 20 over sin 20. That is x is equal, okay, wag po muna yan. That is 500 over sin 20. Ay, sige, pakita na po natin yon. That is x is equal to 500 over 0.3420. Okay, paano po ulit natin kukunin yung value ng sin 20? Sa calculator po natin, pipindutin lang natin yung sin 20. Then, lalabas na po yung sagot. That is 0.3420. Yan po. And then, pag nakuha na po natin yung sagot ng sin 20, we're going to divide 500 by 0.3420. 500 divided by 0.3420 is x is equal to 1461.99. Ayan po. Pakita po natin ulit. 500 divided by 0.3420, and that is 1461.988. Since the third digit, the thousandth digit is 8, we're going to add 1 dun po sa ating hundredth digit. Therefore, the answer is 1461.99. Okay. Ayan po, nasagutan na natin yung example number 1. Dito na po tayo sa example number 2. Word problem na po tayo. From the top of a 25-meter tower erected at the sea level, the angle of depression of the boat at the sea was 25 degrees. How far was the boat from the base of the tower? Now, nasagutan po natin to using yung 5 steps po na tinuro ko last week. Okay, first step is write the given information. We have 2 given information po meron tayo dito sa word problem na to. Ayan po. From the sea level to the top of the tower is 25 meter. Ayan po. Ibig sabihin po, yung height po ng tower natin from the sea level sa taas po nito is 25 meter. And then, the angle of depression is 25 degrees. And then, next is i-illustrate po natin yung problem or we're going to sketch the graph. Now, pag nag-i-sketch po kayo, okay lang naman na kahit ano lang, simpleng-simple lang po. For example, this is the tower. Huwag na po natin gandahan. This is the tower. And then, yung height daw po ng tower natin is 25 meter from the sea level. From the sea. Tama, from the sea level. That is 25 meter. And then, this is our sea. Yan. Now, drawing na din po natin yung boat. Yan. For example, this is the boat. And then, ang sabi po dito, the angle of depression of the boat at sea was 25 degrees. Ibig sabihin po, the line of sight po natin from the tower papunta doon sa ating boat, for example yan. Now, saan ko po kaya ilalagay yung 25 degrees? Dito po kaya? Dito po kaya ilalagay yung 25 degrees? Or dito? Syempre hindi po. Okay, bukarin po muna natin. Ilalagay po natin yung 25 degrees natin, which is, kailangan po natin muna maglagay ng horizontal line of sight. Okay. Ang ating horizontal line of sight, since nandito po ang ating observer, maglagay po muna tayo ng horizontal line of sight because angle of depression is between the horizontal line of sight and the line of sight below the observer. Ibig sabihin po, this is the horizontal line of sight. At ito pong ito pong line of sight na ito horizontal line of sight na to is below sa ating observer papunta sa kanyang inoobserbahan. And then, this is the angle of depression, which is 25 degree. Ayan po. And then, hahanapin daw natin is gano'n daw kalayo yung boat from the base of the tower, which is this one. From this boat, saka itong base of the tower. Gaano po kaya kalayo yun? Now, i-identify na po natin yung mga given na meron tayo. This is our reference angle. Yan. Ito po yung reference angle natin. Ano pong kinalaman niya dito? At anong kinalaman niya doon? Okay, pwede po na tayo mag-create ng imaginary line pataas dito. Now, which is equal sa height ng ating tower, 25 degrees. And then, yung haba mula dito po hanggang doon sa boat is the distance from the tower to the boat. And then, pwede na po tayo mag-analyze ngayon. This is our reference angle and this 25 meter is the opposite side of our triangle. Ayan. This is the opposite. And then, yung x po dito is the adjacent side. Diba? Ayan po. Meron tayong opposite and adjacent. Ano po sa trigonometric ratio ang may opposite and adjacent? And that is TOA. Masasagutan na po natin yung step 3. Identify the trigonometric ratio. Ayan po. That is TOA. Tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Next step is to substitute the given. Okay. Substitute po natin. Ano-ano yung mga given na meron tayo? the 25 degrees, which is the angle of depression, that is the theta. And the opposite side of it is the height of the tower, which is 25 degrees, over the adjacent side is x. Then, step number 5, simplify. Simplify po natin yung step number 4, cross multiplication po muna. And then, divide both sides by tan 25 for us to isolate yung x sa left side ng equation. Then, will give us 25 over 0.4663. Okay, paano po natin nakuha ulit yung 0.4663? Gagamit po tayo ng calculator. That is tan, okay, tan 25. That is 0.46630. Since ratio po ang magiging sagot pag kinuha po natin yung tan 25, dapat po 4 decimal places na meron tayo. That is 0.4663 at yung sunod niya is 0, kaya hindi po tayo magdadagdag ng isa. Then, ang kukunin po natin is 0.4663. Kaya po dito sa aking presentation, tan 25 is equal to 0.4663. Then, divide po natin. The answer is 51.61. The x is equal to 53.61. Yan, conclusion po tayo. Therefore, the boat is 53.61 meter away from the base of the tower. And po, sana po may natutunan tayo sa araw na to, sa lesson natin, at kung ano po pinagkaiba ng angle of depression and angle of elevation. And po, maraming salamat po. Yan po, bye-bye po. Salamat po sa mga nag-stay hanggang sa dulo. Thank you.